you have to be super strong to come forward and tell your story to multiple people.
This 19-year-old Valley College student who asked us to hide her identity knows firsthand the anguish you go through telling someone you've been sexually assaulted.
It almost feels like no one believes you. And so it's really, really hard to come forward. I was afraid that my friends would look at me differently, that his friends would look at me differently, anybody who found out would look at me differently.
Mary claims she was recently raped on campus by a friend of her roommate, but she didn't report it right away. Mary waited 2 days to go to police after feeling a wave of guilt that she did something wrong or could have prevented the assault. It turns out the emotions Mary went through are similar to those of other victims.
I did my best to ignore the memories of the assault.
Like Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, who testified during Thursday's Supreme Court nomination hearing.
I think that any victim who does come forward has the possibility of helping anyone else who is too scared to come forward.
The National Sexual Assault Hotline reported a 201% increase in the number of calls that came in following Ford's testimony Thursday.
We see it every day.
Jessica Nicely with the family advocacy group Winged Hope is encouraged by all the victims speaking out, but says if Judge Brett Kavanaugh is confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court, it could discourage other sex abuse survivors from telling their stories.
Sadly, the justice system does fail victims and survivors every day. It doesn't always end up the way we want it to. And so that's part of what our organization does, is we help them find hope and healing on a different path, because we know that you're not always going to get justice.